What's up, and welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking Soul Eater Season 3, Episodes 5 through 8. Excalibur is back, but we'll talk about it. And we're getting more action, and the plot thickens as we go into the jungle, and there's kind of a mysterious castle in the middle of a tornado. What? Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the
Hey, what's up? AfterBuzz Anime Reviews, Soul Eater, Season 3, Episodes 5 through 8. What? We're going to be talking these episodes. We'll talk a little bit about the anime awards that were yesterday. And at the end, stay tuned because we're going to also talk about anime to live action. Can it work? And get your thoughts. All right. But on a palate cleanser, what did we think of these episodes? Let's go down the line. Oh, wait, and we should probably introduce ourselves. Who am I? My name is Kari Lane.
Hey, Veronica Valencia.
Hey guys, Jaimi Gray.
Hey guys, it's Ollie, Drennan. We're all here back together.
Yay!
I'm so happy.
So what did we think of these next set episodes?
I thought they were fun. I thought, like, we're not gonna, obviously the bad filler.
Yes.
But I thought, like, the first batch was kind of fun because it was, like, them in school, but it felt like it still had a purpose. And then, of course, we get to, like, their main next objective. And I thought it was fun. I liked them.
I think it's like, it made sense to me. I thought the episodes were okay. I wasn't like wowed by them, to be honest. I felt like as far as there being good content, substantial information that we're learning versus there being filler, the filler kind of overweighed it a little bit for me. I don't know if it was that, you know, oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Excalibur. I don't know if it was the Excalibur episode that kind of did it for me, but it just wasn't. It was okay. It was all right. Okay. It got a little better towards the end episodes.
I can see that. It's hard because a lot of people hate Excalibur. I get it. And he's a little cringeworthy. But I think that it was just like a really interesting mix of episodes. Like we had the filler. We had a character building of Crona and kind of deconstructing him or them a little bit. And then we kind of leave on a cliffhanger. So it was just kind of like, no, we have to wait for next week for it to get good.
And I see a new character too that I was really excited about.
Which one?
Killick.
We get a little bit more of them, and then get to see
the other three or six.
The other weapons.
7.
Yeah.
Yes, I did love that. That was great. That filler, I knew it, which we'll get to that. But overall, like, a decent set. It just sucks when they throw in these fillers where the momentum is going, and then they go and hit the brakes.
Exactly.
Like,
I agree with you there.
We also have a live chat going on. So welcome to everyone joining us live, and then if you aren't watching it live, totally cool, we still love you. Comment down below, and we're gonna keep stuff on the topics we already talked about, and other stuff would be way longer discussions that we don't have time for today, but they did talk about it on the Ruby after show, and if you're curious what I'm talking about, you should probably know, and if you don't, it's okay. So episode 5, Drying Happiness, Whose Tears Sparkle in the Moonlight. That's such a randomly poetic title.
Yes.
Their titles, you're like, okay. We have Crona's joined class, as you were saying, and Crona's reflecting on Maka and everybody's kindness, which is a nice like lesson, you know, of you don't necessarily, you're nice to someone because you're their friends, not like you need a reason. But poor Crona.
Crona has really grown on me. Like when you were first introduced, I was kind of like, this poor kid is always screaming and just like getting the poop knocked out of him. So I always felt for him, but he's really come to grow on me, and I just really, really love him. Also, I totally understand why his bedroom is in the basement, but like, can it not be anymore?
It totally looks like a dungeon cell.
It does. It's so sad.
The window's all high. Like, who can reach that?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Veronica. Like, Crona's grown on me because I didn't know what to think of him at first. I know we were talking about his gender and what was it, but now I'm like, I like Crona. He's becoming a favorite. But also, just even with him making friends, I think it also kind of teaches us, like, just because of something that happened in your past, of how people have treated you, does not mean that everyone else is going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So to kind of open up. And I like Crona.
Exactly, because you don't know how people are going to react, so you have to give it a chance and be brave.
Yes.
The basketball game was such a like relaxed and peaceful switch up. Like that's a switch up in the show that I'm like, oh okay.
You
like,
see them in their casual clothes.
Exactly.
Also, Kid was wearing the shirt that was not symmetrical.
You told us about that like a couple episodes ago, and I was trying to look out for it, and I didn't get it.
It's the buttons. There's 3 buttons on the side, and then there's like the It's not symmetrical.
not the pink shirt, not the black shirt. I was looking at the black shirt.
Oh, no, it's his inner shirt.
He's got. So is it all a lie? Is his like quirk in that sense?
Maybe
fake?
he just has a thing for threes, like
Well, the 3 in his hair.
Yeah.
Maybe he's okay with that because it's half of 8 in a way.
He's insecure about that, though.
Yes. But speaking of kid, him and Soul kind of talking about like how are you and hey that wound of yours. So it's like peaceful and then semi-dark tone. But he's like yeah I'm fine. Do we think Soul is fine? I don't think so.
No. Plus remember I'm having brain farts, but the little demon that's inside of him, we'll just call him Little Devil. The Red Devil. I think it's like a basic name per usual, but he said that the door is still unlocked, so it still makes me feel like Soul is still affected, and also he's just sad. He's not talking about this big wound that was in his chest. So
yeah, he hasn't really opened up about all the truth,
or really at all. If you notice, I don't think he doesn't really open up to
Maka got to go inside though.
Yeah.
Then
it's like a typical dude, like typical hetero dude who doesn't want to talk about their feelings, and
he
says that he just wants to remain like he wants this cool front, you know. He just wants to look cool all the time, and it's like
it's okay to open up, communicate words.
Yes, use your words.
I think Soul will always struggle. I think he's been lucky right now in that they've kind of had a good rhythm going and have been working together in teams, and nothing has really put himself and Maka in a very bad position. So, but I think if they ever get to that point again, which I have a feeling they will, I think it'll come back to haunt him. Little devil dude.
Also, random party. I like that kids says, we should have a party. Okay. Cool. I mean, they are kids, so yeah, sure. And adults like parties. And then Crona again asking everybody, like, why are you so nice? Well, because we're your friend. And it's like, aw, sweet. Okay. Crona walking home alone. I don't know. This area, there's weird stuff going down. I don't think anybody should be going anywhere alone. Probably.
Yeah.
Nah.
Wait, I forget, where was the party at? Was it at
Is that his
Maka's
kid's house?
Oh, okay.
It looked like a mansion.
Also, I love how Ragnarok, he like pops up and he's like, so if we're friends, give me some food. Like,
yes.
I was cracking up at that part. I love him.
I like Ragnarok a lot more.
I like Little Ragnarok. I really like
little he's so cute. Walking around, Medusa pops up, of course. Yeah. Points out there's madness in the city, so poor Crona, and be a spy. But I like that the group kind of notices Crona's being weird, but then don't really investigate.
Fake friends. No, just kidding.
It's one of those, you should check in with your friends. Hey, are you okay? Yeah. So you seem a little off, and then
especially since Crona's not used to being socialized. You think that there would be more effort, but obviously for plot reasons.
Yes.
I think that's why too, though, because even Black Star was like, how can you tell the difference? You know, Maka's always not Maka, but Crona's always in his feelings and moody and emo. It's like you can't really tell.
Crona did smile though this episode for the first time. That was really cute.
Cute.
So that was a huge moment, I think, for Crona.
Then we get then we have Justin, Death, and Spirit having their discussion.
Oh my gosh.
So the gag of Justin having headphones, that one I do still think is kind of funny, but very stupid at the same time. What about all of you?
Oh, it's
That's
really
a good way
dumb.
to put it, yeah.
It's really dumb.
But do you think it's funny? Or at least in this case, it was humorous because Death goes, he can't read my lips.
Yeah, in this case,
translate for me.
In this case, it's really funny, but I don't know about you guys, but I found the scene so frustrating just because, like, I myself felt like I was being tested. Like, if I can recite what Death is saying, I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I do like how Spirit says it really monotone and then mocks him in a way. I'm curious though, and then Ollie, spoiler, not spoiler, let us know. So Death says he can't recognize you with the mask. Is he able to take it off and have a different face? Do we see that ever?
Yeah, do we ever get to see what he looks like?
No, you don't ever see his face.
Okay. Because with his old face...
I didn't mean to spoil
why'd they mention
it.
No, that's fine. That's not really a spoiler. Because when we see his like other face, which I think is way cooler, but I get why. This one, I do like that there's context, like why he looks more funny.
See, I thought it would have been like one of those ongoing gags. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel Jaimi. I don't know. Is there like a thing in Naruto where he's like, behind this mask is another mask kind of thing?
Because I felt
like
Toby,
Kakashi, because I felt like that would have been Death. Behind this mask is another mask.
That'd be
so you don't
funny.
really see his face.
That would be funny, yeah. Like Kakashi Sensei, I get it.
Then they're gonna go. Oh, I like that Azusa can see far. That was the other. That's our scout person. So they're gonna go assist and check out what's going down. Marie and Crona. Oh, it's getting lost and like help me. Yeah. I was getting a little nervous for Marie. Of like, no. I don't want anything to happen to you.
She was sweating all hard.
An idiot. Like, she's such a doofus. But she is. And I kind of get the sense that Crona has a little crush on Marie a little bit.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, okay.
So I thought
because Marie's nice and, doesn't, from the beginning, has never had I judge you and wasn't a fighter.
But I think there's also a sense of relatability because she doesn't really have deep relationships with anyone at this academy yet, and she is fairly new, and so is Crona. So I think he relates to her on that sense.
That makes sense. And then Erica is questioning him about it, and oh my goodness, so the pen with Stein and Marie, who thought they were gonna, I thought they were just gonna leave the pen. I didn't mean like ingest something.
I thought it was like a pen on the microphone, like you just leave the pen somewhere behind a desk.
Yeah. No.
That's what I thought. No, I'm with you on that one.
It was so weird of like, and then surprise, you pour it out.
Yeah.
Well, who would suspect a pen, Like.
Yeah, you just, Marie's so sweet.
Ridiculous.
You left it. Here you go. And Crona's like.
Yeah, that scene was a little tense. Like,
part of me was hoping, like, Marie, please tell me, like, you sent something with the eye patch, or, like, hoping there's a camera. And also, Stein came right after, well, at least from what we know, pretty quickly from when they left. So, I don't know.
And Crona's so obviously uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like, it's animated for us to be like, oh no, what's wrong? I want Marie to go, you seem tense. Like, even that would have been funny, but we'll see. So Marie, the pen and the tea. I was worried that means there's a snake inside Marie. Or it just is a listening device, I guess.
It's more of a listening device rather than it's like the Erica version.
Which is funny, because if you're thinking literally, it's in your stomach, so how would it hear through your body? I want to hear like gurgle sounds of the stomach if you ate
powers, man. This is what witches can do.
Yeah, my stomach is echoing. Like,
wouldn't you also pass it eventually too?
Yeah,
we'll see where it goes.
But then Medusa, I mean, she still has all her snakes in Erica.
Yeah, she's just jealous of Marie, I think, because Marie's with Sai.
Yes, I caught that too. And she was like, "Oh, really?" She was like, "Is that so?" And I was like, "I think she's a little jealous."
Yeah.
How her mission like changed instantly as soon as Crona mentioned that.
Also, I like that Medusa is like, will you do this for your mother? I'm like, ugh!
That
Vomit.
was one thing I was very nervous about this episode, because I've mentioned how Crona has really grown on me, and I love the fact that he's finally starting to be treated well and included. Yeah. I was very worried about him falling back because of the fear, because he knows what Medusa has done to him and how she punishes him. But then I also feel like there's that, maternal love kind of thing. Like, she's really terrible mother, but it's still his mother,
And it's so bizarre for Crona seeing his mother in this child form.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking that his mother was dead, but she's not.
Like, it's not over?
And I think it's also Crona personally just has a fear of witches. You saw how Crona reacted towards Arachne too in the last couple episodes, so...
Well, that's also why I thought that Crona might like Marie more, because maybe Marie is more motherly to him. Because I was like, I didn't really get like the sense of a crush per se, but more like, you're everything that my real mom isn't.
Yeah, offering tea and being all sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, the creepy way to show madness with Crona was like, ugh. I just remember poor Crona, cool, creepy way to show madness. I don't remember exactly what it was, but that was that. Episode 6, hello filler. Legend of the Holy Sword 3, the Academy Gang Leader's Tale, ? And right away I wrote, oh no, Excalibur filler, ? Exclamation point.
I really wanted to skip this.
I did too.
I really did. I was like, I won't miss anything if I skip it.
I was hoping it wouldn't be as fillery as it was looking. So I was like, okay, it's Excalibur, but hopefully he doesn't take over the entire episode. And he did.
He did. Yeah. I did like the character of Hero, and I do kind of like the meta comment that they say in any other school he would be the popular guy, which is like, he totally looks like my hero, looks like Oran Host Club kind of look. Yeah. He has that Tamaki prince look, but
the pretty boy kind of look.
He's a pretty boy, but here, and I like Magazal. No, he's not popular here. He's just weird.
He's just ordinary.
Yes, and so okay, what did they say, and was it a subtitle? When Excalibur pops up, they had a box that said, this is obnoxious, you only need to half listen.
For which
when Excalibur kind of pops up, there's a text box that's in Japanese, and it says, in the subtitles, it included the dialogue of the people who were talking, and then it said, "This is going to be obnoxious. You only need to
I remember
listen."
that part. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just basically
It goes by really fast.
Yeah. So I think when it said it, it basically would say what it said for sub because I had it with the captions on.
Cool.
So it just said like it's gonna be totally obnoxious. It said to half read it.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
I thought it was too.
You don't really need to listen to Excalibur. We know. Okay, then I can appreciate that. The Black Star, the big fight with Death the Kid, Black Star, and Killick with our hero was actually kind of cool, and them getting their asses whooped. It was great though to finally see the power that Excalibur has.
It's so unfortunate that he's obnoxious.
Yes.
Because,
Yeah.
Because you would think that he's like this legendary weapon, yet he just like makes the Meister crumble all the time. No one wants to, even the fairies. Weren't the fairies? They were so happy. I can't even say Excalibur.
I know, right?
Excalibur was gone. They were partying. They were drinking.
The fairies. That was so great. They were so happy.
But yeah, also it was really interesting. What stood out to me most in this episode was that someone said along the lines of, I forget who it was, but that it was Kid, Black Star, and Killick were like the 3 top students or like strongest students of the academy.
Fighters.
Yeah, and they didn't say Maka, so that always stood out to me. Why they didn't, why Maka wasn't there or included.
I think she's a stronger fighter in the sense of not combat hand to hand, but that she can do the soul sensing and strategy. Like she has other abilities they don't really have.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good point. I think that's an interesting point, and I agree with you, Kari. But I also feel like Maka, not that she's too good, but I feel like she wouldn't care to.
Oh, she would not engage in that fight.
Engage in that kind of fight. She's like, you guys are dumb.
Yeah. She's like, you morons. Yes. The one attack was a hero, the atomic, when he made everybody crispy, which I was like, oh, these great powers, and we don't see anything. I did appreciate, though, that Excalibur finally kind of found someone that we're on the same page. It's when you find that friend that you both can be weirdos with, but the one thing that ruins it is his sneezing. That was a funny twist.
I thought that was, okay, out of everything that he went through, the fact that sneezing was the turn-off.
Yeah.
But not only that, I just found it ironic how Hero is introduced as the errand boy, and he's like, I'm so much better than just getting you all stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, even with Excalibur, he's still the errand boy. Walk 3 steps behind me. Celebrate my birthday every day. Like, he's still the errand boy. He's just like, I'm kind of cool now because I have a weapon.
That line cracked me up.
Step B in the chat says physically, referring to Maka, is not that strong compared to Black Star and the Kid.
Yeah.
Which, physically I think she's not there yet, but she kind of makes that comment after, which I think that's the next episode, when she fights with Black Star, is she wants to become physically stronger. And she's better with Soul, like her partnering is really good. I kind of think Black Star and Tsubaki, I don't like how he's kind of disregarding her a little bit. Like he can do it on his own, so he doesn't feel he needs her. Maka has that equal relationship with her weapon compared to like, I can do it on my own. So it's like benefits and strength and weaknesses.
Gotcha.
Yes, the fairies, and then they're all sad when he comes back, and everything dies, which that was amusing too. All right, that's our filler. Yes, done. We're done with that one. Episode 7, Resonance Link. Play the melody of the souls? ? So Stein, that madness. I was thinking about it just a minute ago. I'm like, yes, that was creepy with the mirror. Anybody else get like wigged out by that?
Little.
Yeah, that visualization is great. And then he talks to Death, and he's like, I'm fine. No, you're not. You're just lying.
I think he knows that he's falling apart. Even though he's like, you're not going to fall apart. I think he knows, like, you're literally falling apart right now.
He needs better sutures. Hold himself together.
Exactly.
So Arachnophobia is trying to get the brew, which was just a funny name for it.
Because it's like witch's brew, so they kind of just like, that's kind of
I didn't even think
I was like, beer?
The brew? Concoction? I get it. And then, because it's Ibon. Yeah, Ibon's creation, which I feel we should know more about this person, which we might get to later, who's made these magical, crazy things. And we get a little bit of a dark tone of, okay, keep training the kids for the upcoming battle, which is kind of a reminiscent later on My Hero Academia of, we're going to train, but by the way, there's deep, crazy stuff going to happen, but we're not really going to tell you because that's going to stress you out. It's like, okay, kids, sure. Black Star is training with Tsubaki. Oh, this was cool. I did like this. Kind of like connecting with her inner clan. That creature inside of her. Oh, that was cool. That giant deer-like
zebra
thing.
Yeah.
Yes. But it points out that Black Star has the look of a demon, which makes him jump out of that real quick.
Yeah.
Because
What are our thoughts on that?
because I think the Black Star clan were so murderous too, and that's where he comes from. But that doesn't define who Black Star is. So I think that's why that was kind of mentioned, and it's kind of explored more in like the manga. I think because in the manga, Sid was actually kind of like the father figure in Black Star's life growing up. But I'm disappointed they didn't include that because I think that would be really
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Well, because Sid, they could do more with him, and I'm liking him on what we're seeing. But it's like we can have more. But yeah. I'm just seeing it. Oh, Starcloak says that Excalibur has a bigger part in the manga. Is it better?
Oh God.
How?
I think it's more in the manga. I think it's a lot more sustainable. It's like more. It's like okay, we can
Not that big of a deal.
We can
Like,
deal with it.
So why did they make him so obnoxious in the show?
We need
they want to.
strong comic relief character.
I think that comedy does
just
not
too
translate quite right. So they get the group training, the matching the soul wavelengths, which is really cool. And then they, I like Black Star, and they're like, what are we doing? Update. And then Maka too, of like, what are we doing? Black Star has some tood. Oh my gosh, at the beginning of that like training session.
Yeah.
I'm so cool. Why don't you guys just match up with me? Oh.
I thought we were done with this because remember like
Yes.
the last after show we were starting to like Black Star. We're like we can take you seriously, but yeah, he was a lot this episode. I was like he's ready to fight to fight Maka. He's not playing.
Yeah, and he says like, oh, I'm just stronger.
So
I
that
do.
Makes, I was gonna say, and that makes total sense for why Maka gets incredibly frustrated.
Yeah.
Like
But but even then, like I totally agree with you guys. But I kind of to defend Black Star a little bit, just a little bit, because we gotta have
go
some
for
kind
it.
of play devil's advocate.
Okay.
I feel like Black Star, we know he's very cocky and everything, but almost as if I took this episode as almost a testing some of his peers, his friends, you know, and it kind of backfired on Maka. She kind of like, you know, wasn't able to pull through until the end of the episode. So I think he was kind of testing people. I would like to think that.
I think it's also
in,
like patience
or just kind of like
Their actual levels?
not letting Black Star's cockiness or his attitude deviate from soul resonance, kind of.
So like an outside distraction, essentially,
Oh, okay.
making you not focus on the goal. Yeah,
I would like to think.
sure.
Well,
I sadly
too.
don't think he's that smart, but it
Unless-
could be.
That his actions.
Subconsciously,
I was
maybe.
gonna say if you say that was Stein's
Yes.
signal, I believe you.
Yes. I do like that Tsubaki hits him though, and
Yes.
is like, you kind of screwed this over. And then I do like that he goes, can you go make it better, please?
Okay, it didn't.
No, he should do it himself.
I was
He's
gonna
an
say
Aries,
it didn't like pull me over the edge, but I was like, why is Tsubaki always the one having to
pick up the pieces.
to pick up the pieces and
Sorry.
fix his messes? Like
Yes.
it really should have been
Yes.
Black Star. I feel like he would have failed terribly to try and apologize, but I think, you know, if Maka has to learn to work with them, he also needs to learn how to you know, fix his messes and work with other people as well.
Because he definitely does
Exactly.
need to work on his communication skills.
And I like that you said fix
And
his
listening
messes.
skills.
He's always messing up something.
Yeah. Oh, totally. But when she talks to Stein, they're kind of talking, or with Black Star and Stein, kind of telling her she kind of has a wrong idea about what soul resonance is, which is interesting. And I kind of was like, oh, what? Which we get to in a minute. Oh yeah, when they came back and apologized, and when they both when she admitted she was wrong, and I wrote down that moved on quick. They go, I'm sorry. Okay, cool, and we're done. But okay, that's great if you can. I think they'd be a little more grumpy about it, but sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like I learned a lot in this episode too, just morals wise, because one of the things they said was accept who they are and believe, and the secrets rely on our differences. And I'm like, it's just so beautiful. Yeah.
No, yeah, I really like that line a lot because it's true. Like, you are different from your friends. You guys love each other, but you balance each other out, and you have to learn to work with each other, and that's just the name of the game with friends,
Yeah.
Yeah. the times where anime, you're like, oh, hard truth, thank you.
Yeah.
And like,
Thanks for that
There's bigger
Thanks,
battles
anime.
ahead.
Yeah.
for
Yes,
sure.
totally.
Literally.
Soul, the devil, is still kind of around, but he denies him. Soul is like, nope, which I kind of was a little worried that it's still around, but I guess it is because that injury, and then he hasn't gotten rid of the black blood, I guess, that it's still around. And Ollie makes a face for those listening. All right,
No,
okay.
just because I'm hungry, my stomach
Oh,
is
is that
Oh, sure, right.
So is that what Medusa's hearing?
I have snakes in me. It's the real truth, y'all.
Dun, dun,
Snakes.
dun. So then they pass, but then speaking of strength, Stein names Maka the leader, though.
Yeah.
What did we think of that?
I thought it makes sense. I
Yeah.
think she's very balanced in her mental and physical strength as opposed to the other two. I am a little bit surprised that Black Star kind of just took it because
Yeah,
he was so
he's like,
cocky.
okay.
He was
Yeah.
like, okay, like we didn't have much of a reaction out of
Yeah.
him. But I think it's a suitable choice.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's the best choice for sure out of all of them. I think Maka fits the bill the most, but I think also maybe Black Star was okay with Maka taking the lead role because he's like, well, I'm still the strongest, because I think he really still feels that way. He wants to
Yeah.
feel like he has one up on at least on one thing. So.
Definitely.
If help me out if you recall, I feel I watched this in something, I don't know what, but in choosing a leader, a character, they said you're not the fastest, you're not the strongest or the smartest, but they're the best at unifying a group.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's not just one thing. I feel that's in a lot of things where it comes out of like, why is that person the leader? It's like, well, because she probably could unify the group the best and like make the best game plan versus everybody else. Because then she could be like, all right, Black Star, you're doing this, and you'd be like, okay, go.
Yeah, because
She's
Kid
the
could
glue.
not.
She's
Yeah.
the glue.
Kid would be so
Kid would be
distracted.
awful.
Kid would be horribly
Yes.
as a leader. Yes.
And I think just kind of her learning her lesson also, I think it was, in this episode, it was definitely deserved for sure.
Yeah. Then but the punch at the end?
Okay.
He didn't have to hit her that hard.
I found this very funny, just because I thought this was going to be like one of those typical anime things where it's like, you know how the main character who's going to be punched is like shaking a
And
little
then
bit, and then they go like flick on the foot,
Yeah.
flick on the forehead. I thought it was going to be that, but no.
He hit her really hard.
did.
I
Like,
do
what is
like
this
that
teaching us?
everyone goes, whoa, whoa, did you have to do it that? But
It's like
she was ready to take it. She's like, okay, it's fair.
that's
Yeah.
like a lesson
But-
learned though. Like don't.
Yeah.
Like,
She
Black
asked for
Star
it, though.
will be serious. Like don't think he's gonna don't joke around with him. He will do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's really tough, and I think
Yes,
keep
true.
keep that punch in mind, because that's kind of like foreshadowing a little bit.
Did he punch something out of her?
No, but I won't say anymore.
Okay.
Thanks, Ollie.
But I think that scene
Tell me later.
does have some meaning
Okay.
Okay.
as we finish the series.
Good or bad?
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Totally good.
She could take a punch. Is that what I'm getting at?
Maybe.
Maka could do a lot of things, y'all.
So at the very end, we have arachnes. I wrote quote unquote men because we don't really know what they are. So they do have arms. Those have come out of the cloaks.
They just
But
look
I'm
like ghosts.
Yeah.
They look weird that I'm kind of like, what's underneath there? But I feel part of me doesn't think it's just a normal person, you know? Like it feels like it should be something weirder or, you know, spider-like.
Yeah. Well,
I
Erica
thought
was disguised as one of
that's
them.
true.
Yeah.
But if she has so many, like it feels like it's one of those, like it's a million little spiders that if you pulled the cloak away, they'd fall down kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
but it probably won't be. And they're like, this means war! Dun dun dun! What was it? I did like, though, one rewinding the hair, I liked how they finally were able to connect their soul wavelengths and figure out how to do that. Which, that was a great visual of, like, that's kind of like who leads or not, because it was Black Stars finally that was like, I'm going to connect to you guys instead of them going to him. But episode 8, the battle for Brew Clash, the DWMA versus Arachnophobia. I still think Arachnophobia is a hilarious name for
Right.
or at least for English. The Brew. So it's I do like this random lost island near Alaska, and it's the witches' magic tool development complex, and annihilated by accident, which we learned by accident. And so there's this crazy magnetic field. You only get 20 minutes inside. I love their cute clothes, by the way. Their winter
winter
clothes.
wear.
So cute.
The fashion of it all.
It reminds me of like the video games when you choose like the certain area that you're
What
gonna
yeah.
be in, like what ski outfit you have. Yeah.
you're like, oh my goodness, that's so cute. I do think it's so bizarre though that it's like snow and then tropical paradise inside the. It's like the eye of a storm, you know, the tornado. Like inside, it's all calm. But
I do like how this episode, because like we always have our main set of characters. I do like how this character also includes the other team because they're also like the top ranked, like what is it, 1-star students. I like that they finally kind of get a moment to shine.
Yeah, and we haven't seen them. We've seen them like bits and pieces. Like literally, like last episode, we just saw them. Like we even saw them fighting. They or not fighting, but they were watching the argument last episode between, I think it was Maka and Blackstar at that point.
Yeah,
but even
they were
like
around.
and it's like we can't underestimate them because like they're never arguing with each other. I think. Is it Ox who likes Kim though? Or,
Yes.
Well, that's another thing. Is like I feel like these It was so tiny, but I feel like the last few episodes did a good job of like subtly introducing them. So it's like they don't show up this episode and you're like, wait, who are you?
Yeah.
And we see them now in the opening, so it's cool that we finally get to see some action.
So Sid and Azusa and Nigus, they do their attack and get ambushed though, so it does well-ish. Justin and the avalanche. That was pretty funny. He's going down. Whoa, no, there's an avalanche. Oh wait, you're the bad guys. I don't care. Like that was his. Now, yeah, his kind of stupidity I'm okay with. Here we go. Leave comments of which character is. There's a lot that are dumb, but it's funny for you as well. Let us know, because Excalibur is one that most of us are like, no.
Yeah, he's a
But
no.
Justin's okay for me so far. I feel it could go very wrong. But like that one, they use the dumbness in a comedic way better.
It's not too much yet.
Yeah.
He has his like very, very tiny moments where like he comes in, does something stupid, and the result is funny, and then he leaves. It's not overdone like Excalibur.
Definitely. Also, the students are going to hold off the bad guys while Stein and Maria are the one going in. The fight with Chainsaw Guy, I would have wanted a little bit more because Justin and... Thank you. Yes, because their fighting is very interesting.
It's really cool because they don't have partners. They don't have a Meister, so they are literally both Meister and weapon, so it's really cool. We don't really get to see that explored as much in the series.
And just literally what weapons they are and how they can fight is so visually unique compared to the other ones. Like gun, okay, cool. Sword, yeah. But the chainsaw, how it's like all over his body.
That's so dope.
Or Justin, like the guillotine chop kind of a thing. You're like, what? Okay, Sid and Mifune fight. Oh my goodness. I was like, Sid, run!
He's always in trouble. Always.
But he's dead, so...
I was wondering if, like, so what happens then if he die? Because also if he got blown apart or something, could Stein put him back together and he'd be fine?
Well, he's a zombie, and if we're getting very technical about zombies, the only way you can kill a zombie is blowing out the brain, so...
I don't think Mifune catches that he's dead, though. He doesn't seem to acknowledge it. Yes? No. Because he doesn't seem, he doesn't at all. Mifune is not surprised at all that Sid goes under the ground mad. Well, he has a moment of like, oh, that's different. But not, I don't know. To me, that'd be so bizarre that someone could suddenly, I mean, my hero has that, and which is also, everyone goes, how do you do that? But I don't know. We don't really get enough of that. I do like that he sends Nigus to go ahead, but that one's one where a weapon and a Meister trust each other enough of like, you go accomplish this, I trust you to take care of it. Which, well, I wonder if our main kids will get to that point of sending their weapons ahead. Because so far they seem much more reliant on each other.
I mean, I feel like, I would like to see that, but I feel like the only pairing that could do that would be Maka and Soul. Just because I love Patty and Liz. But they're not alone. No.
But
Tsubaki could, but then I feel like Tsubaki would have to stay behind and make sure Blackstar doesn't get killed because he could do something stupid.
I want her to get more aggro. She's too nice and too sweet in this fighting environment. Like, not that there's anything against being nice and sweet, but it's like, girl, come on, you need to get that aggression a little bit higher because his is like, up here, so we need to balance them out just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Like, Tsubaki needs to do a little bit more. I can't really see her going out on her own. I feel like she would want or need guidance or somebody like to hold her hand just a little bit. Yeah. And then Soul, I could see him being out by himself, but even he needs a little bit more confidence because he'll compare himself to other weapons as well. So.
Stephen B in the chat is saying Justin Law is pretty crazy, and Infinite Sword style is still my favorite anything in anime. I do like Mifune's fight style and his weapons.
It was hard to root for who do you want to win, because Mifune, like, he's protecting Angela.
Yeah.
Then obviously Sid's our guy, so it's like, who's gonna win? I don't know.
Yeah, Mifune is not your typical antagonist. It's like you want to root for him because he's just kind of, like you're saying, Ollie, protecting Angela and just doing the job.
His character's more likable than Sid.
Do we think, and Ollie can't say anything then because you know, do we feel Mifune could cross sides the way Crona did? I totally think so.
Oh, yes. Yes, 100%.
I think so. Is Mifune gonna last? Something tells me because I'm already I'll save her predictions, but
okay. All right. Then we mentioned the kids under attack, so we get to see Jacqueline and Kim. Oh my goodness, that flame thing was really cool. Because first of all, it's a lantern.
Like, what does it do?
Yeah.
But essentially, it's like a blowtorch giant fire.
Because her name's a play on like Jack-o'-lantern, so lantern.
Look at you noticing. We're like, oh yeah.
I'm so excited to see Kim and Jacqueline finally, because they have a bigger role in like the spin-off, and you learn a lot about Kim and like her, who she really is or what she really is. So she has a big role in the manga and Soul Eater not. So if you guys want to check that out, you can go, check it out. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys.
Good to know. Yes, and then we have Killick, which Jaimi you're mentioning, the Fire and Thunder, and that was really cool, and says, I'm going to stay behind because I'm going to stick with my team. So, And I love seeing what those could do, because we didn't see what the twins really do yet, or didn't understand, and they're super cute.
They don't so cute. I want a little stuffed animal version of them.
I don't think so. They don't speak.
They don't ever speak? Okay.
At least in the anime.
Okay.
I like his attack, too, because it reminded me of, I know I always say what anime it reminds me of, but it reminded me of Naruto's Rasengan and DBZ's Kamehameha put together, that attack that Killick had with the blue. So, yeah.
Well, this is an old anime, so definitely it's, when you watch anime from a while ago, it's that kind of
reminiscent vibe.
You know, what influenced what along the timeline, or did they all have similar ideas that just got expressed different ways? So our trio goes in, and I like that they suddenly appear inside the storm. They go, oh, okay. And then they see the older version of Death, which is like, yay! But everything's kind of like this loop, which is interesting, because then you go, wait, is this like ghosts, or is it, what kind of a record is it? The Mizune's inside, but then do we think they are there now, or that's a memory? Because they followed the kids.
The Mizune?
Mizune, yeah.
I think it's a memory.
I think they're there because I thought someone on the outside, like Eruka or somebody's like, yeah, they're inside.
Oh, like, good job.
Yeah.
They're always there. They're always, remember the train episode? Like,
they're around.
Trifling.
And then we learned that Arachne is the one who blew it all up, so it's not really an accident. But we don't really know her why yet.
Just very mysterious.
Yes, very. All right, so we'll hold on to our predictions, and we'll do...
can I just say one more thing?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Granted, I know it's only been 8 episodes since this arc happened, but I'm very surprised that the characters kind of just stopped thinking about the Kishin.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Like Medusa's back, but she's not like, oh, the Kishin, or even Arachne isn't like, the Kishin, or even the kids.
They just say the madness. No, that's the only thing they're acknowledging.
The madness is, but they're not. Yeah, they're not acknowledging. Yeah. And we haven't even gotten like the slightest like little 1 second of like, oh, where's Ashita? You know?
Yeah.
Granted, like I said, it's only been 8 episodes, but I would think that there would be a little bit of like, oh, remember this big character that everyone's supposed to be afraid of?
That the whole season built up to?
Yeah.
That's
the
true.
Kishin. Hashtag, where's the Kishin?
Yes.
We'll see where the Kishin is soon.
And then, before we move on to our next thing, Jaimi has a little something to tell y'all.
Yes, we literally love you guys for watching. You are so awesome. Thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. We can talk about anything from drama to anime to all of your favorite things. So in order to kind of keep this thing going, we do need your help. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more. You can also click the notification bell if you want to be reminded when we're going to be going live. And also, if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, hello. Make sure you rate us 5 stars. The other 4 don't work. And of course, leave a comment, keep the conversation going, and always come back. So again, thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you. And then, yes, thank you for everybody joining us live. It's totally cool. If not, leave comments down below on what you thought on these episodes. Again, no spoilers because we're only watching at this pace. Ollie's our only one that's knows from that. But that's kind of fun. And then it would be a question for you. Please leave comments. Are we liking this vibe where at least one of us maybe has seen it, or do you all want it where nobody's seen it?
I like it because I think, if there's like a certain anime that you like, it's just gonna be really exciting. So I think it's exciting for you, like it's nostalgic for you, and that's always a good feeling. Like there's always an anime that we want to rewatch sometimes.
Yeah,
but not even that. Like even though Ollie has seen it, in rewatching it, there's so many things that you didn't catch for the first time, and so much more insight that you can provide because it's like, oh, I didn't notice this the first time. This is now what I see it.
Yeah, and I love your guys' theories, and I love your counterpoints to my points, and just kind of like the different debates that we have, and just the. When we agree, it's great. But I love when we disagree. It's like creates such an awesome discussion.
And we've changed our mind because remember, we weren't really sure if we were feeling it at first. Now we really like it. So
Or it at least needs to be one that we haven't watched recently. I feel that's only prerequisite. So keep that in the back of your minds because when we're done with Soul Eater, which it goes by really fast.
We're almost done.
We'll do a thing that we did last time where we'll all suggest a show and you go to the ABTV anime on Twitter and you get to vote on what anime show we'll cover next. So that won't be yet, but think about that down the line. Okay, so our special segment, which is our word of the day, and it was suggested by Veronica, is castle. And so the word for castle is shiro.
Shiro.
So it's the Romaji would be SHINRO. So shiro for castle. Though when I looked it up, there's different ways to say it, but then when you're looking at it's like more specification, like if it's a citadel or a castle or this. And I'm like, well, yes. So there's that. So real quick, we'll do our other kind of special segment that came out because Alita just came out. We're going to talk real quick about anime to live action. Can it really be done? And examples that we liked or disliked. Please leave your comments on that. I'll start because I saw Alita just yesterday. Generally speaking, I think when Americans try to make an anime movie, it doesn't seem to work. Now, these, I did not hate them when I saw them, but in comparison to the source material, you're like, oh yeah, nowhere near as good as it is. Like Dragon Ball, I didn't hate it, but it was...
Wait, the live action Dragon Ball?
Live action. Okay. I didn't hate it. I also didn't hate... I had more problems, though, with Avatar. Because that one, like, there were literal scenes from the anime that they, like, messed up. It's just like,
Sako, or what do they call Sako?
They pronounce Uncle's name wrong, too,
yeah, so you're just like there's this giant water fight, and it's like, bloop. You go, what? So, like, that one I didn't hate. Ghost in the Shell, I can understand some of the hate, but that one I'm like, we can talk more. But Death Note, that one was pretty painful.
I heard.
But I have seen the Japanese Death Note. That was really good. So... Quick sidebar, I'll say Alita was really good. Great adaptation. So thoughts on what anime you've seen, live action to not American or Japanese?
I can't speak on Alita because I haven't seen it. I do kind of have to agree with you, Kari, in that when Americans try to westernize anime into live action, it doesn't really work, and I think that might be because they are trying to westernize it in that some things that doesn't translate from like Japanese culture to Western culture kind of thing.
True.
I will say that there are live actions that have worked, but obviously they've been like Japanese live actions, like the live action Tokyo Ghoul. That was very good.
Yes, that was very good.
And you said the live action Japanese Death Note was really good. You know, I can appreciate the creators' willingness to try and make it more relatable for Western audiences, but some of these unfortunately just fell flat.
Yeah.
I think for me, and I'll say this just because I want to be fair, I don't always watch all of the live actions all the way through. I never watch it in theaters. I watch it in the comfort of my home, that I can turn it off if I want to. But I'm just more into the 2D cartoon animation anime style. It's just my thing. But some of the live action that I did somewhat see is the Dragon Ball one. I was just horrified from it.
Well, it's also your favorite series.
It's my favorite series, so like I really took it to heart. And I definitely like what you said, Veronica, about them westernizing the Japanese anime. It's just sometimes you have to really keep it to where it already was. Don't make it into your own thing. It's just, it kind of messes with the culture. The other one where I saw briefly was Death Note. That's on Netflix, and I didn't realize that Lakeith Stanfield, who's really popular these days, he's in Sorry to Bother You, the Atlanta series, and he played L. Ella's like the genius that eats the cake and eats with his feet or whatever.
He was really great.
He was good. Okay,
He was good.
I liked him as Elle.
They should have gone further though, because in the anime, his like behavior, mannerisms were so fun and bizarre. And how you were saying, Veronica, they just kind of toned it down, so they made it not so weird. And you're like, but that was cool about that character is he was so unique.
Yeah, and I feel like his interviews too, and you know, the eyes, he does it well, but I'm just not for the live action.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not a huge. I think anime is animated for a reason. That's why I think we love it so much. The colors, the things that you can do with animation that you, it doesn't translate when you adapt it to live action actors. And I do really want to see Alita. I'm not familiar with the manga or anything, but that looks really good. I've heard great things. But yeah, like translating, westernizing, like Veronica brought up, like a lot of times in anime these are Asian characters that are turned into white characters, you know.
Yeah.
And like, it's frustrating, and I think it's also just condensing an entire series into a single film. Or you could do like seasons, but still, like, there's so many episodes that you don't give the characters the proper development. I think that's why I don't really watch live action films because
there's been so many that like aren't good.
And it's just left a bad taste. Avatar. Yeah, that was my first horrible experience, and I don't know. It's hard.
Wolf Saints is like, wait, anime was an anime? Or Alita was an anime? Nani? Yes. Quick thing for Alita, if any of you don't know. So it was a manga and an OVA, so it was like essentially direct to video. In case I had to double check, I'm like, what does OVA mean? Because I know I've heard that word, but it's pretty much straight to video. It's 2 episodes that is like one kind of long movie that's like the first 2 volumes of the manga. So there's not really an anime series of it. And I looked it up too, and the author was not actually didn't really care about the anime, and because he was working on the manga and wasn't actually involved with it. So it's based on it, and so it's one of those, I saw it years ago back in high school, and then I also read like some of the early manga. I think they did a great job live acting, adapting it, because they finally had the better special effects now to do a lot of the crazy maneuvering that she can do, because she's not a human being exactly. It goes into it more. It wraps up enough of one thing, but does set up for more. So don't go thinking it's going to be a perfect little bubble. I think a lot of the critics who don't like it don't know the source material. Yeah. And she is kind of a deer in headlights and unsure because she has no memory, so she has to learn everything. And so it's maybe the dialogue. I kind of understand how some people are like, it's a little, but didn't bother me. Action's amazing. Acting was good, visually stunning, and it's a great way to see anime live. And most of my friends who like anime, who have seen it, are all like, yes, this is finally where they did it right. But it took them way too long to do it. I'm scared for if they make a sequel of like, please don't take another 10 years. All right, so that's that. Of that, we'll talk about a little more on our Twitter. Again, go check out ABTV Anime. So quick, one prediction. Jaimi.
So mine's going to be surrounding Stein because he loves to dissect things, and I'm a little worried about him, but I'm wondering if, which Kari mentioned last after show, that he might help out Aruka. We don't know. But what if he also helps out Marie? Because now that she has that in here, unless it just happens to slip out, but since they're going to be close, maybe he can help out with that too. I'm just wondering how Stein is going to fit into all of this with Keisha and all of that.
Veronica?
You know, I think at some point later on in the series we're going to see Ashita. I just think. Okay. I don't know.
What I want everybody to be a bit more on the same page, because Death is telling them some things and our group doesn't really know. But if they were like all communicated, they would all be on the same page. I love what anime finally does that. I think our kids are going to continue to grow, and there'll be a big fight soon. I feel we've just kind of built up to that, which this show kind of does, that of like build up to big fight, and then it'll be like new season. So that wraps up our predictions, and thank you so much for watching. Go check out Crunchyroll. They had the Anime Awards yesterday. Did you watch? Did you like the winners? Leave comments down below. We'll do a link to that on our Twitter as well. We talked about it last week that it was coming up, so there's that. Where can everybody find you?
Hey guys, I'm Ollie Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer.
Jaimi Gray, you can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimi Gray or on Instagram at Jaimi Gray.
Hey guys, Veronica Valencia. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at it's me, Veronica_V.
And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And again, make sure to check out our AfterBuzz Twitter for this show is ABTV Anime. We have unboxing video links on there. We have links to other just random topics and cosplay. So go follow us. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Sayonara!
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.